Hey guys, another video for the Doing Business playlist. Just following on from the last video, we were talking about reputation, and the one before that we were talking about not burning bridges. So following on from that, talking about referral business. So by that, customers or business that's been referred to us by other customers or by other people. And by far, I have found that to be the best source of customers and people to do business with, because the people are already sold on you. So for example, if you were to spend money on a TV advertisement for your business and advertise your business on TV, and that will attract a certain amount of attention, and people will contact you and ask you questions about your business, and you really have to, they really want to be convinced that you are okay to do business with, and that doing business with you is a good decision, and that your company knows what they're doing, and that your product, whatever it happens to be, whether it's a product or a service, is a good one. And they're really not convinced when they first contact you. They're yet to be convinced, and quite often they won't be convinced unless you're really convincing. They won't be convinced, and sometimes they'll walk away, and sometimes you'll get them as a customer, and so it's a bit iffy. It's still iffy. All you've done really with your television advertisement or your newspaper advertisement is just attracted their attention. But referral business, and you guys know yourselves, I mean, if someone says to us, if I say I'm thinking about buying a new car, and one of my close friends who I trust totally says to me, "Oh, buy a Toyota, it's the best car I own, a Toyota, and it's the best car I've ever had, rah, 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 rah." You'll be convinced before you even go to the car shop, or a computer. You're thinking about buying a computer, and your friend goes on about the Toshiba and how great the Toshiba is, and you've got to buy a Toshiba, or you got to buy a Dell, or buy the iPhone, or whatever it is. If your friends, if somebody you trust, so a friend or work colleague or business associate or family member or whoever it is, if there's somebody you trust who's talked to you or has convinced you to do something, and you trust them, you've already decided. So again, I'll go back to examples, because examples are always the best. It used to happen with our security company in Australia. Somebody would have some sort of security problem. Usually people didn't spend money on security unless they had a problem. So somebody would have some sort of security problem, and they talk to a family member or a neighbour or a business associate or somebody that they trusted about it, and those people would say, "Oh, use these guys," and they'd tell them about us. Use these guys. These guys have been around forever. They look after our security. They do a really good job, and they'd tell them all about us. So they'd already know, and they'd also tell them what we did for them. So they'd already say, "Oh, they came here and they put an alarm system in, and they've got patrols that come around and check on the place, and these guys, this staff member is really good, and this guy," and they'd tell them about individual staff members that we had. Our alarm guy was really good, and our patrols manager was really good, and they'd tell them all about them and this guy, and tell them their name, the whole thing. So they'd know everything about us, because they'd sit and talk to them about it, and because they're hearing all this from someone they trust, not from us. We're not telling them this, it's someone they trust is telling them this. So by the time they finish listening, they're convinced, and they'd ring us up, and quite often they'd just ring up and they'd say, "My name's Joe Bloggs, I live next door to John Smith, and he's telling me, he showed me his alarm system, he told me what you guys do." He also told it, they also tell them how much it is. So, he showed me his alarm system, and he told me all about you guys. He told me how much he paid. He told me everything, and I want the same thing. So it was easy. We'd just say, "Okay, well, when's good for you? How's Thursday?" And we go and do it. So basically, our customer had been like a salesperson and had convinced this other person that it was a great idea. So nothing better, and if you've got a shop that sells some product or whatever it is, whether it's a service or a product. For us, it was products and services. It was security devices and our staff and our guards and patrols and security officers and so on, you know. So whatever it is that you've got, if you do a good job and you look after your customers and your customers refer their friends and colleagues to you, it will be the best business you ever get. So how do we make sure we get this? I'd say, first of all, we need to make sure we look after our reputation. We need to look after our customers. We used to always say to our customers, if you're not 100% happy with what we do, please tell us. If you're not 100% happy with what we do, please tell us. If you are 100% happy with what we do, please tell your friends. And that was the sort of the catch cry we used to use all the time. So if you're not 100% happy, tell us. And if you are 100% happy, tell everybody else. And we'd encourage them, we'd say that to them. And I think this is another thing in business. It doesn't hurt to be open about these things and say, look, we want referral business, so please, anybody that you can tell about us, we'd really appreciate it, you know, and let them know that you want to spread the word. Because sometimes people assume, you know, if a company's busy, sometimes people assume that they don't need any more customers, you know. So if you want more customers, it doesn't hurt to tell people, you know. I do the same thing on YouTube with the subscribers, you know. I tell my subscribers I want more subscribers, I want more people watching my videos, so you know, please tell your friends, because you know, if people know that you're interested in that, they'll keep that in mind and they might just tell some people. So yeah, summing up, how do we sum this one up? Well, referral business is good. It's also free. I mean, if you look at the alternatives, television advertising, newspaper advertising, and all sorts of promotion choices are available to us. It's all expensive. It's all really expensive, you know. There's always a cost involved in advertising, but referral business is free. You know, we're not paying for that. Those people are just telling people about us for free. So, you know, it's the best source. It gets us the best customers, the easiest customers. They walk in, they're already convinced. They already trust us because they've been told that they can trust us. They've already been told that we are okay to do business with. So, yeah, look after people, maintain your reputation, do the right thing by people. Oh, if you do get referral business from someone, ring them and thank them. Call them and thank them and say, hey, look, you know, if you can, if it's possible, just call them and say to them, hey, look, you know, Joe Bloggs came in here and we're looking after him now because of you. Thanks very much. And make sure you look after Joe Bloggs. That's the other thing. If someone refers to somebody to you, you have to really look after the customer that was sent to you, because if you don't, that other person will be really disappointed. So you imagine if I say to you, yeah, go and buy a Toshiba, it's a really good computer, and then you go buy a Toshiba and it's a piece of rubbish. If I say, go and use that company, they're really good, and you go use them and they're not really good, and you come back to me and say, hey, I used those people you recommended and they were no good, I'm not going to recommend anybody else to them, am I? Because I got my fingers burnt. So make sure, you know, we've got to make sure we look after anybody that's referred to us. We've got to really look after them, thank the people that sent them to us, maintain our reputations, and tell people, you know, we appreciate you sending people to us. Please send us anybody you can. And if you're looking after people and doing the right thing by them, they won't mind that. So yeah, referral business, the best customers we can get, I'm convinced. So anyway, I hope you found that a little bit interesting. More videos coming soon.